The next few weeks at the academy passed in a blur of lessons, trials, and endless training. Ethan's days were filled with spell-casting practice, learning the history of magic, and discovering the intricacies of his newfound power. He spent hours in the classroom, focused on mastering the basics, and even more time in private sessions with Professor Alara, the instructor who had overseen his trial. "You're progressing well," Professor Alara said one afternoon as Ethan struggled to control a beam of light that danced between his fingertips. The beam was supposed to be small, but it kept expanding beyond his control, crackling with raw energy. "But it still feels wild," Ethan replied, his brow furrowed in concentration. "Like it's pushing against me." "That's because it is," Alara said calmly, her silver-streaked hair glowing faintly in the afternoon light. Light magic is powerful because it represents both creation and destruction. You have to learn to direct it, rather than simply let it explode outward. Ethan nodded, though the weight of her words unsettled him. He didn't want to think about the destructive potential of his magic, but he couldn't deny it. Every time he practiced, he felt the raw power surging through him, a force that felt like it was barely contained. That evening, as Ethan and Finn walked back to the dorms after another exhausting day, Ethan felt the weight of his progress, or lack thereof, pressing on him. "You're doing great, you know," Finn said, noticing Ethan's silence. "Better than most of us, when we started." "Yeah, but none of you almost blew a hole through the classroom ceiling," Ethan muttered. "Finn left. That was one time. And, to be fair, it was kind of impressive." "You got a lot of power, Ethan. You just need to trust yourself." Ethan sighed, kicking a loose stone down the path. It's hard to trust something that feels so unpredictable. They reached the entrance to their dormitory building just as the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the grounds. As they stepped inside, Ethan couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The air in the hall felt colder than usual, and the shadows seemed to stretch farther, darker, as if they were alive. "Do you feel that?" Ethan asked, glancing at Finn. Finn frowned, looking around. "It's weird. Usually, the halls are warmer." And he paused, his eyes narrowing as he pointed to a dark corner near the staircase. "What's that?" Ethan followed his gaze and saw it too. A shadow, darker and thicker than any of the others, was pooled at the base of the stairs. It moved, shifting unnaturally, as if something was lurking inside it. Finn stepped back, his voice low. "That's not normal." Ethan's pulse quickened. "What do we do?" "Get help," Finn whispered. "Now!" But before either of them could move, the shadow surged forward. It moved like liquid, flowing across the floor with terrifying speed, until it stopped just in front of them, rising up like a column of smoke. Ethan's heart raced as he instinctively raised his hands, his magic flaring to life. A bright, golden light burst from his palms, casting the hallway in a warm glow.